Bracket style. What's the topics? What are the topics, I should say, today?
Oh, we have a good one today, guys. In honor of the NBA playoffs, our bracket today in Michelle's Madness are the players with the most to gain by winning in these playoffs. Okay? Let's kick things off with the number one overall seed. And mind you, any of the players that I have on this list could have an argument to be the number one overall seed. But we're going to give it to Jalen Brunson, New York Knicks. The Knicks went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year. They fired Tom Thibodeau, saying that's not enough. They need to get to the finals and win a championship. If Jalen Brunson becomes the guy to get it done in New York, that puts you in an entirely different stratosphere. Jalen Brunson with the number one seed as the player with the most to gain in these playoffs versus the 8th seed, the guy who got it done last year, the reigning MVP from last year, SGA. Where are you going, guys? CeCe, we'll go with you first.
Oh, I'm going with SGA. I mean, this thing.
SGA?
Yeah, I'm going with SGA. I mean, if he gets back-to-back MVPs and leads his team to back-to-back NBA titles, I mean, we're starting talking about him taking a quantum leap in terms of how he's viewed through the annals of NBA history, right? We're talking about him being on a trajectory to be a top 20 player. I mean, I think that this takes him to a different stratosphere if he's able to finish the drill in yet another postseason. So, yeah, I think SGA has a ton to gain.
That's great points. I am going to go Brunson for this reason. I don't know how many more years the Knicks have to try this. And if they don't do it now, what then happens with this team versus if he wins it. I'm not saying he's Derek Jeter status in New York, but he's kind of Derek Jeter status in New York to actually get the Knicks over the hump. So I would say that Brunson would have the most to gain.
Is it the most to gain in New York, or is it the most to gain, period?
That's a good point.
Because
this would not be a national most to gain.
He'd be a New York legend, but I don't know that this vaults Jalen Brunson into the greatest point guards in the history of the game.
No, it does not. All right, you know what? Vegas East, you can decide, but now, yeah, that's a good point.
Vegas East tiebreaker.
Yeah, we're going with the 8th seed here. I think SGA puts himself on a track to all-time greatness if he wins 2 straight finals and 2 straight MVPs.
Yeah.
Wow, the upset. SGA, the 8th seed, already getting it done. Gets it done over Jalen Brunson. All right, next one. LeBron James checking in at the 4 seed. You do this in your 40s without Austin Reeves and without Luka? Yeah. Let's add another line on the resume in history versus the 5 seed and Jason Tatum, who has won before, but most people look at.
Chris Canty just made a bold prediction. He said he's going with Victor Wembanyama and Jason Tatum in the NBA Finals. And on Michelle's bracket today, the topic was players with the most to gain in these playoffs. Let me break down the entire bracket and tell you why Wemby came out on top. First round. Number 1 seed Jalen Brunson versus number 8 seed Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. CeCe took SGA. She said if he gets back-to-back MVPs and leads his team to back-to-back titles, we start talking about him taking a quantum leap in terms of how he's viewed through the annals of NBA history. Top 20 player trajectory. Evan took Brunson. He said he doesn't know how many more years the Knicks have to try this. If Brunson wins it all in New York, he's Derek Jeter status. But Vegas East broke the tie and took SGA. The 8th seed advances. Second round. Number 4 seed LeBron James versus number 5 seed Jason Tatum. Evan went with LeBron. He said if LeBron wins all this at 41 years old without Luka and Austin Reeves, oh my God. But Kai went with Tatum. His reasoning was perfect. He said, LeBron is the second greatest player in NBA history. Where is he going? What does he have to gain? You're not putting him over Jordan because he wins a first-round playoff series. That's ridiculous. Whereas Tatum, the Celtics championship run a couple years ago, he didn't win conference finals MVP. He didn't win finals MVP. There's work to do in terms of the perception of who he is in the playoff. So Tatum advances. Third round. Number 2 seed Kevin Durant versus number 7 seed Victor Wembanyama. CeCe went with Wemby. She said, this is insane. It feels like the first weekend of March Madness. I'm going with Wemby. Chris Canty then dropped the hammer. He said, if Wemby finds a way to best the Oklahoma City Thunder and come out of the West and get to the NBA Finals and somehow win it in his third season in the league, then all of a sudden we're talking about this being a LeBron James-esque stretch for the San Antonio Spurs where they dominate the league and you can pencil them into the NBA Finals in perpetuity. Evan agreed. He added that David Dennis Jr. brought up a great point. If Wemby doesn't play 65 games every year, it actually helps them because then he's eligible for less money and they can get more guys on the team. So Wemby advances. Fourth round. Number 3 seed Anthony Edwards versus number 6 seed James Harden. Evan took Ant. He said Harden has already been to the finals. He's a terrible postseason player relative to himself in the regular season. Ant has been to 2 Western Conference finals in a row and could win a championship. Cece agreed but said it was close. She gave Harden credit. If he parachutes into Cleveland mid-season and microwave success where only LeBron has ever taken that team to the finals, that's a hell of a lot to gain. But the degree of difficulty for Ant, having to go through OKC, San Antonio, and Denver, gives him the edge. So Ant advances. Now the semifinals. 8 seed SGA versus 5 seed Jason Tatum. Evan took SGA. Same reasoning. You catapult yourself into all-time greatness, not just greatness today. Cosign. SGA advances. Other semi-final. 7 seed Wemby versus 3 seed Anthony Edwards. Cece took Wemby. Evan agreed. He said, as odd as this sounds, if Ant-Man wins, everyone would say he's now in the conversation with SGA, Jokic, Giannis. If Wemby wins, everybody would say best player in the sport. It's his league now. The transition would happen from LeBron to him. So the championship matchup. 8 seed SGA versus 7 seed Victor Wembanyama. Cece took Wemby. She said, I've seen a 6 feet 6 inches bucket getter lead his team to back-to-back titles. I've never seen a 7 feet 5 inches alien like Victor Wembanyama. Never seen it. Evan took SGA. He said he can't get out of his head the company SGA would then keep. Top 20 all-time. But Cece countered. She said, how many players have won a title within their first 3 years as the best player on the team? Magic Johnson as a rookie. Dwayne Wade in 2006. That's the list. Winning a title as the best player on your team within your 3rd year at 22 years old. That's something that's never happened in the history of France. Vegas East crowned Wemby the champion. The player with the most to gain in these playoffs. Let me give you my take on this. Chris Canty is right. If Wemby wins a championship in his 3rd season, he's not just the best player in the league. He's on a trajectory that only LeBron James has been on. The Spurs went from missing the playoffs to 60 wins to potentially a title. That's not normal. That's not supposed to happen. And if it does, the conversation about who is the face of the NBA is over. It's Wemby. Period. But let me also give SGA his respect. Back-to-back MVPs and back-to-back titles would put him in rare air. Top 20 all-time is not an exaggeration. And he's doing it in a small market with a young team that was supposed to be a year away. That's legacy building. Now here's my question for you. And I want you to destroy the comments. 1. Who has more to gain in these playoffs, Wemby, SGA, or someone else? 2. Can Wemby actually beat the Thunder and come out of the West in his 3rd year? 3. If SGA wins back-to-back titles, where does he rank all-time among point guards? 4. Is Chris Canty right about a Wemby-Tatum finals? Drop your takes. The best ones I read next video. Smash like if you think Wemby has the most to gain. Hit subscribe if you believe in SGA and the Thunder. And comment your finals prediction right now. Let's go.